I'm Car Lady Lisa with Achilles Mazda, and it's time for your tour of the 2016 CX-9. This car is so gorgeous. When it arrived, I did not want to touch it because it just looked so good. So I'm going to give you a little tour of this particular model that I'm sitting in. It's a GSL. I think it'll be one of the more popular trims. We also have the GS, which is just like your kind of basic model, but it's like totally a nice car. This one here, GSL. We also have a GT with an available technology package, and the new signature trim. I can't wait to see that. We've ordered quite a few because that is going to be a gorgeous car as well. So let's get started checking out the all-new 2016 CX-9. It's a beautiful day here at Achilles Mazda, so we'll start you off with this gorgeous steering wheel. This is something new that Mazda's designed. So it's a more central, rounded look rather than the triangle. It's a really nice welcome change. The buttons are designed a little bit differently as well. They're kind of grooved for your thumb, which is really cool. And we have the speedometer set there. And if you notice, the fuel economy screen over there, see how I can flip you through it? But what you'll notice is there's also a temperature gauge, which is something new. We used to just have Mazda change it so we just had the lights that came on, blue, and then a red one if you were overheating, which I don't think has ever happened. So they put a temperature gauge on there. I'm thinking it has maybe something to do with just kind of classing it up a little bit. Maybe people miss that. Over to the left here, we have, nice leather-like surfaces. And those nice little touches that they did on the GT CX-5 with the little extra shiny bits. And we have standard features on the GSL. You got your power tailgate, super awesome. Blind spot monitoring, which is great. You have a traction control system, and yes, tire pressure monitoring. Now, if you've listened to a few of my videos, you probably know the TPMS system works on wheel spin. So it means you don't have any additional sensors to maintain if you've got summers or winters. It's a really great system that will be cost effective in the long run, and then you don't have to worry about having a light on in the wintertime. Really smart on Mazda. So what's next? We have the auto headlights, or rain sensing wipers, which is pretty standard for Mazda. But check out this dash. There's the push button there. Nice big 8-inch touchscreen display Mazda Connect system. So on the GSL, it goes up by 1 inch over the base model. So it's a little bit larger. And look at these nice finishing pieces. Like this kind of just elongates the cabin and continues all the way over the side there. Like look at that vent. Minor details that make this car just feel really gorgeous. So on here we've got the piano, kind of like is it piano black? Not really. It looks almost kind of gray. This is piano black with more shiny stuff, right? Because we like that. And nicely designed. Like the armrest here is just perfect. Boom. Right there to control your Mazda Connect system. That's your parking brake. Sport mode, because yes, why not? Auto climate control. And something that I was very excited about, check it out, heated steering wheel. You're welcome, Canadians. And maybe people in the US too, if it gets cold in the northern states. Heated seats, of course, pretty standard in this car. Nice big armrest with your USB ports. And I have something really cool to tell you about those USB ports in a second. Now, if you look at this seating design, it's quite a bit different than the CX-5. So it's still bolstered and hugs you, but they did a little bit of a different, more rounded edge here. And it is very comfortable. And the perforation, of course, because it breathes better for you. You don't get as hot, cools down quicker, all that good stuff. And of course we have sunroof. Hello, sky. Now, one little tidbit about the sunroofs. Now, a lot of people ask, why do you not have a panoramic roof? And the reason being is because there's actually support beams in the roof so that you have better roof strength in the event of a rollover. It's a very important thing when it comes to safety, especially if you're hauling children in a car. It's kind of a good idea to not have a panoramic roof, because if you are ever in an accident and that shatters, it's going to be everywhere. So that's my theory on them. This also makes the cabin a little bit quieter by not having that big roof, like when it's raining and stuff like that. So it's pretty smart. Is it as fancy? No, because, you know, everybody likes the fancy stuff, but it's a very smart car and excellent safety ratings because of it. So I hope you're not too swayed by all those fancy things, because this car is pretty hot. What else have we got here? This looks like we have an auto dimming rear view mirror here. Boop, right there. And I think that about does it for in here. You know, you got your cup holders. I have a power seat. There's a power seat on the other side. You know. So let me pause you here and let's go in the back. Okay, so here we are in the back, and this is what I wanted to show you. So see this cool little armrest here? Has a hidden storage pocket, but check it out. USB ports for the kids. How genius. And they can put their, I don't know, that might fit like a iPod or maybe a small tablet in there, so you can just close it, hide it while it's charging. Beautiful. Here we got dual pockets, you know, for all their books, or if you want to put some magazines for your passengers. The 3-zone climate control, which is pretty standard in cars this size. But again, nice seating surfaces. You just kind of slide like that. See how it slides? So it's easy to get in the back. I forgot to put up the seats though, because I'm smart like that. So hold on a second. All right, there we go. Got the seats up. Now this is more refined and a little bit of a classier interior, because see how this seat is just like, compared to the previous generation, they really kind of tidied it up a bit. You got your drink pockets and lots of room in here. All right, so here I am, Car Lady Lisa, at the back of the bus, because that's where all the cool kids sit. I really don't know, but I feel pretty cool back here. So there's lots of space. The seat is very comfortable. It's kind of like squishy. I'm 5'4", so I set the seat up. I've got just enough room, and my feet are not resting on any anything, which is pretty comfortable right here. Over there, there's a little bit of a track, but you still have room for some feet. And when looking at big cars like this, a lot of the times the middle row does like some crazy thing just to get in the back, but this one's very simple. You just slide it, hop on in, and away you go. So that's kind of the back of the bus. We saw this seat. It does recline a little bit, as you can see here. See, reclines a little bit if you want to chill out. And I think the next step is the trunk, and I think that should do it for the interior of the car. And there's lots of other great things, so I'm going to do another video about the exterior engine stuff a little bit more, so that I don't bore you to death. I don't want to bore you, but really, do I? No, because I love these cars, and this car is totally bomb to drive, and we'll get to that as well. Okay, so just hold on a second. Let me get out of here. So that was successful. I made it out. So we have a nice power tailgate here. Now the space in this area seems pretty much similar to the outgoing model, 2015. Some hidden storage. Not quite as deep as the previous years, but if you see why, the spare tire is now inside the car, which is nice because it keeps it nice and clean. so that doesn't get all dirty underneath the car. You have a power outlet here that you could use, you know, for activities if you have to plug stuff in, or maybe for the passengers in the third row. They can plug in their devices. And if we just go here, headrest goes down, and then we just push. There we go. So that's pretty easy. Pull, headrest goes down, and you push. And we got all that space. So very similar to the previous model. And
CX-9, woohoo!
So there we have it. That's your tour of the 2016 CX-9. I'll show you some cool stuff about the exterior and a little bit, and then we'll also get to that drive, because it's definitely it's an amazing car for a 7-seater. It drives like a dream. And I can't wait to show you. And you guys should check it out too. If you want to come find me, I'm Car Lady Lisa with Achilles Mazda. Thanks for watching, and da-da-da.